Alright, everything's set up, let's go. Alright, what's going on YouTube? My name is Nitro. I'm going to be showing you how to play Spider-Man. Alright, what most people don't know when playing Spider-Man is they don't really know how strong he can really be. Now, given that he's like a 5-star rating character, 5-star difficulty, he's one of the hardest characters to play in the game. So like learning to play as Spider-Man is gonna take some time, but here are the key factors that you gotta take note of. You gotta utilize his web swings. He only gets 3 web swings at a time, so you gotta use it strategically, not waste them. And over time, you do get used to it. Another thing is shooting webs. You can shoot webs, but you can't really reload with Spider-Man. But his webs, they can be used as regular, you can just blast people with it or what, but they also add on web traces. So you use those web traces. If you put on a web tracer, like after a bit, like you gotta wait, there's like a small cooldown. Put on a web tracer, you see right over here, E pops up. If I put on a web tracer, I press E, I go to the opponent rather than them going to me. Now for a second, yes, since we're in practice, I'm going to be putting no ability cooldown. That way I can show you this consistently. So if I just press E while looking at the opponent, it pulls the opponent towards me. If I do the web tracer and then press E, it pulls me towards the opponent. So if you know how to use this, you can pull opponents off the map by just pressing E, or you can finish them off with a combo just like this. Another thing is the way I'm swinging around. You notice how I have to actually look where I want to swing? Well, for most of you that's learning how to play Spider-Man, you might not know this, but this is one of the most common settings that you can find on YouTube that most people turn off. So what you want to go do is open your settings, head over to keyboard if you're on keyboard, or controller if you're on controller. So go over to keyboard, click on all heroes, look for Spider-Man, click on Spider-Man. This way, settings will only be the settings that get changed for Spider-Man. Alright, right now, we'll get into mouse settings and stuff later. Let's scroll down to hero. And the hero, hold to swing. By default, that's off, but you should turn it on. That's one thing. Simple swing it's really bad, and it affects the way you play, and it disables one of Spider-Man's abilities. So you should turn this off. And the thing is, if you got it on, let me show you what happens. Try swinging. Like where I'm looking, like randomly, the webs are just like shooting and grabbing onto ledges and stuff. That's not what I want. If I want to, let's say I want to pull myself towards there, I can't because of the simple swing. Let's say you're like in a tiny room like this, even smaller than that, and you keep crashing straight into the ceiling. Like look at this, I want to go to the other room and I keep getting stuck over here. So what you want to do is turn simple swing off. It's a horrible setting and you don't need it. When you turn this off, you gain the ability to shoot your webs wherever you want. Now, what I'm doing right now, this is called a web zone. So you can just fire down wherever you place your crosshair. That's the only area you'll go to. It's not gonna automatically just pull you to the ceiling and get you stuck in a location. Now let's say I want to go up there. So what I can do is pull myself over here, and then I'm over here, just like that. If I want to go into the next room, I can just pull myself over there. Alright, I want to go to this exact location over there. So I can just pull myself there and see how fast that is. Right, so that's one of the basics with Spider-Man. Another thing you want to know, this is a really advanced technique and it's gonna take a long time for you to learn this. You gotta keep practicing it. So this technique is called b-hopping. A lot of characters can do it, and a lot of games it's popular in shooting games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, PUBG, games like that. But I think even in Overwatch and stuff, I haven't really played Overwatch, but it's pretty much like that. So what you want to do is like you web zip to the ground, right? In that moment, as you web zip to the ground, you need to fire a web tracer. Oh, just like that. So when you get it right, that's what happens. It cancels out that little animation, and then you get to keep jumping. But you don't just keep jumping like that. You gotta keep tapping space or whatever your jump button is. And then you keep jumping like this. Over time, the more you do it, you'll get used to it. And you can keep repeating it just like this. So if you're learning to play Spider-Man, maybe practice like every day in practice range, and even in some real matches. Now if you're playing like a real match, it comes in really handy, because let's say you see all these guys over here, like you want to get over there really quick and alt. Like, it's much faster than just like swinging, doing a flip in the air, and then this guy's down there. And let's say you only have like one web left, then you swing. Right now I got 3, but that's what it is. Alright, next technique is gonna be a more advanced version of b-hopping. You can use this to do a combo and stuff. So basically you do your b-hop just like this, right? So you need to learn to do the b-hop first, and then you do your uppercut. Once you do your uppercut, it like the momentum from the b-hop combined with the uppercut, it sends you like way further than what you would have originally want. So this technique is something a lot of us, you know, a lot of the pro Spider-Man players, we use this technique when we want to pull somebody off a ledge. So this is basically what you do. You b-hop, you do that, and you turn around, and then you grab a random opponent. So let's see if I can get this done, yeah? If this was a ledge, this robot would have completely like just went down. So Spider-Man by default, he's 250 HP. Most dive characters are 250 HP for damage characters. So one of the most common attacks combos that I use is this. So you shoot a web, alright? You pull yourself towards the opponent, you uppercut, and then finish him off. There's another version with the web tracer. Pull down, uppercut, and then E. There you go. That's kind of longer. That's like a, I don't know, like a 7-8 combo or something. Alright, so let's try that again. That's a basic combo. Eventually you're gonna get it right. But the main thing you want to do, like the most advanced technique, is learn the b-hop. Once you learn the b-hop, just implement the uppercut with it. Just like this. And you can actually create some gameplay shots like this, yeah, like be as good as like actually playing the actual Spider-Man games. But the way it looks should be good enough for something like that. And that's basically how you play Spider-Man. All advanced techniques, some of the most used combos, some kinda new combos, I guess, and how to B-hop and stuff. So those are like Spider-Man's most advanced techniques and stuff. If you wanna learn to play him, just follow along. Keep practicing everything you learn from this video. Also, for my sensitivity, this is what I use on mouse. So I got 6.94 horizontal and 6.4 vertical. So it's better to have this crosshair. I did link a code for the crosshair on one of my past videos. I'll link it in the description. Then, basically that's it. So now you know how to play Spider-Man. Subscribe, like if you play games on Epic Games like Fortnite and Rocket League. Or use code NitroRaider. Make sure to like the video and share it. And I'll see you in the next video.